Oh, good morning. Good morning. How are you guys today? Hi, Eklund. Hey, Betty Bush. Hey, baby girl. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Juanita. Carla. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Simply. Miss Nay. Hi. How are you? How are you? I'm glad you're here. And then I saw Carla. Where is Carla? Carla's at the top. Hi, Carla. Carla. How are you? Coming to sip some tea. Well, girl, I'm so, I am not feeling Wayne today and his foolishness. So we can just do whatever. We can talk about it. I'm not making videos. I'm not doing anything today because Wayne then got on my last nerve. I am not kidding. Let's see. And I have my coffee, Carla. I didn't put lipstick on because I always get it all over my cup. And this cup is like, I don't know, about 15 years old. And I just hold on to this little raggedy cup. I just hold on to it for some reason. Anthony, Wayne is not your friend. He is setting you up. Carla, who said that actually? Yeah, he is setting him up. He's setting him up for a great fail. Of course he is. And he still wants Amber. And I hope she don't come back. Stay over there with Dave. I'm sorry. Here we go with the eye thing. I don't know why it does that. Do I need to turn the light on? You guys see me okay? Hi, Carolyn. Carolyn says, good morning, chatters. It's tea time. Oh, it's tea time Thursday. I like that. Thank you. Everybody, I know you guys hit the like button already, so thank you for that. And then Carla says, hi, Nonya, Betty. Carolyn says, hi, Nonya, Betty, and Carla. Good morning, Miss Nay. Simply Miss Day. My Thursday is going good because I decided I don't have to do any videos. I don't have to do anything except talk to you guys. I don't have to, so I don't want to either. I don't feel like dealing with Wayne's foolishness. I gotta see my bobby pin sticking out. I tried to put my hair up in a clamp. Oh well. Juanita, how are you? Oh, Carolyn says, you all know who's a double T, the tatty tail. Yeah, the tattletale Danielle. I can't stand Danielle or Melissa. Danielle is very dangerous. She's very dangerous. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She's worse than her sister because she'll throw anybody under the bus. She is about her and her husband, and that is a fact. And she's gonna throw Amber under the bus, like Amber asked her to be her friend. You guys know I don't like people like that. I'll run away from you. That happened to me on here. And it's like, why is this person attaching to me and doing everything I do? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why you see me staying in my own little space. Yeah, he is throwing Anthony under the bus. He knows what he's going to ask at that podcast, and he doesn't even know it. Juanita says, good morning, Nonya and chat family. Good morning, Juanita. Good morning. Hey, Eklund, what's happening, sister? How's it going, Eklund? Oh, I had just put the question in, can you see me? Because I didn't know if I not live, if when I come in here to the chat room, that you can see me if I don't turn the camera off. That's the only reason I asked. So, because I was doing stuff, coming in and out and getting my coffee and turn the printer on. So that's why I asked if you could see me. So thank you, Carolyn. Juanita says, good morning, Carla, Betty, Carolyn, Simply, and Eklund. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, that's the only reason I asked, because I'm running in and out, and then I thought, that camera's on. Hi, Gigi, welcome in. How are you? I'm happy to see you, Gigi. I'm just chilling today. Mary Clay, I got your comment. Thank you. So I'm literally not doing any like work today. I just don't feel like it. I'm overweight and it's nonsense. Hi Nancy B. Welcome in, darling. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi Gwen. There's Gwen. Andrea. Hi, darling. She said, please. My sister is here. Her name is Laura. Laura Grant. She's right under Andrea or Andrea. I'm not sure which one. Laura, good morning, honey. Hi, sister. Hi, boo. That's my sister, you guys. One of my sisters. Her name is Laura. My sister's in the house. Hey. How's mom, honey? I'm sorry, guys. How's mom? Laura. She good? What's she doing? Reading a book? Nope. Just get on here and let's spill some tea and talk about what's going on. Yep. Laura, I don't feel like working today. I literally am not feeling these skits right now. I'm not trying to deal with it. But that's my real sister. So that's why I'm sitting here asking her, how is mom? So, okay, let's see. Nancy B is in the house. Wayne and Anthony, fake and phony. They both are. And I don't know if you guys heard me talking to One Journey last night, if you were in the wind down. I actually know what that golden toilet means. I figured it out. So I went over and I was listening to One Journey's account of Anthony and Wayne, right? And we're already on the same page about that. And I loved her take. And then I got on here to do the Tamara, well, Denisha goes and checks Tamara, part 2, I guess it was. And I sat down and I thought about it. And then it dawned on me what that golden toilet was for, that Angelina gave Anthony. And I will share it, my thoughts on it, at a different time, because I don't want my ideas getting out. I'll share it at wind down. So I don't mean you guys are, get it. I just mean put it in the atmosphere right now, because my stuff always shows up on other people's channels. So yeah, I said that. I did that. I did. But I can tell you that. Wayne loves to hurt Amber. Wayne doesn't like anything. And Gwen says, thanks everyone for joining me, NONYASISCHAT, and I do appreciate you joining. Thank you. I didn't look at the Angelina video this morning. And everyone's saying hello. Hi, Carolyn. Sign the paper, Anthony. And Laura says, Laura Grant, what do you say? She said, nope. Oh, yeah, you just got on here to spill the tea. I just came on because my girls are here, my nieces, my sisters, and my buddies. This is my sisterhood, Laura. This is my sisterhood. So I don't condone fighting, but that knockout punch, wow. I know we don't condone it, but that is something about it. Ben's clown face and Angelina's knockout punch. For some reason, those make me laugh, and I want to laugh. So Laura, I know, I get it. And I ain't no fan of Angelina, but it's the wig that goes flying through the air. Ben will be embarrassed, as he should be. As he should be. Let me see. I'm sorry, I missed a comment. Let me go back up really quick. So I'm just gonna hang out. Correct, Nanya? stand on it. It's my it's my world, it's my channel. I built it. Mm-hmm. It got copied, but I built it. Hey, Juanita, you have a birthday? Who's your birthday is tomorrow? Juanita, is that you? Your birthday? Is Juanita telling us her birthday's tomorrow? Good morning, niece. How's my Angela Atkinson? How are you doing? Angela says, my beautiful buttercups, my handsome coffee cups, and my chatters. See, Laura, I got the best sisterhood in here. And even my real sister is here this morning. Yeah, that's her. And then Nancy, what are you saying, darling? Oh, wait a minute. Abby says, Auntie, been waiting. You've been waiting up for me. Can't even watch those silly skits. I know. It's like today. Watched this call with Tamara. No, I didn't even see that one. After I saw the first two, I'm sorry. I'm a little congested still. Tamara is still playing in her face. Wait, I'm sorry. I messed up your comment, Abby. Abby says, Auntie, been waiting for you. Can't even watch those silly skits. Only watched this call with Tamara. Is still playing in her face, gaslighting her, acting like he's going to do a good deed. And we know darn well he's up to no good. He's like this mischievous little menace, like Dennis the Menace. Do you guys know who Dennis the Menace is? That old comedy from what? The 70s, I guess. Dennis the Menace. A little bad boy, always causing trouble wherever he went. Bethany, you know what, Nancy? I say Bethany and Larry need to divorce each other. They are just ill-fitted, like for days. They just don't work anymore. They don't work. And Bethany is digging in. Larry's digging in. Brooke is driving me nuts. They've turned her into a monster. Her and Kiki. They've turned them into a monster. Simply Abby says Danielle's still throwing dirt on Amber's name. Mm-hmm. Let the vision board sisters, I like that, the vision board sisters, take each other out. So sick of them telling everyone's business and acting innocent. And Terry does need to divorce Libby. Hi, Denise. Welcome in, darling. Libby's nuts. I mean, she just is. She's worse than when she was with Wayne. She's like cuckoo, you know, but she won't cooperate. So we kind of have a Anthony and Amber situation with Libby and Terry. She said no. You know, it's the same thing. I'm not signing the papers. She tore up the papers. He went and filed. She says she's not filing it. She hits her head on the sink. You know, just nonsense. And I just didn't feel like doing it today. Hi, Denise. Good morning, Nonya and chatters. These skits are boring. Laura, welcome in. Gwen, that's my sister, Laura. And Laura Gwen is my lead moderator. And hi, Keisha. Good morning, Keisha. Kiki is a good mommy. I'll whoop Kiki's butt. But you know what? That's kind of what they get because they let her get to that point. And so, of course, the adults are looking like dummies. Brooke, or Kiki is extremely good. If she were to be a real child, she'd be very intelligent and she can call everything. So, yeah, I get it, Nancy. She's a good mommy. But you know how it started. Hey, y'all. Hi, all. Didn't Sydney tell Kiki to act ugly when she had to go live with Terry? That's what they get. So, Kiki and Brooke, I think I'd take Kiki over Brooke at this point because Brooke is out of control. Brooke used to be so sweet, but now she's just a spoiled brat. Carolyn says Wayne was doing cartwheels and high fives with Anthony and Denisha. I saw that this morning. He's all in for the shenanigans with Denisha and Wayne. He practically blessed their union. I know, like he's their father or something, you know? And it's foolishness. I skip all the Mike and Dom skits. Nancy, did you see the one though where now you know I don't care for Dom, but Dom put antifreeze in her ex-boyfriend, like high school. She put antifreeze in his drink. And that little short guy that showed up, I don't know if you guys saw it. The little short guy, she almost unalived that boy. And his legs shrunk from here because he was tall like Mike, and they shrunk down to like that. So that's who that little short guy was on her skit yesterday. So they're showing us like some of her backstory and that she's supposed to be on meds like Shayla, and she won't take her meds either. So supposedly that's what's wrong. Good morning, and Antoinette, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, Wayne's playing games. I'm sick of Wayne. Laura Grant says, good morning, Gwen Eves. Thanks, Laura. Yep, Gwen, that's my real sister. And Gigi, that's my real sister, Laura Grant. So you guys, mom is reading. Yeah, I'm sure she is, Laura. I hope she can make it through that book. She says she's bored. Morning, Nonya. I'm doing well. Glad I caught you this morning. Your morning tea. This year, I'm trying not to indulge in too many skits. It can be depressing and draining. And it is. Like, yeah. Tell mom I said hi, Laura. Tell mom I'm online and I said hi. Please. Thank you, honey. Okay, let's see. Angelina's short. It's at 986,000. Only 14,000 to go. You know, I hope nobody like touches my video. I mean, like I'm getting to the point where I'm nervous, Gwen. Like it can make it. Just nobody do anything to it. You know what I mean? Just leave it. Don't touch it. I might have a 1,000,000 view hit. I can't believe it. I mean, and all I did was take like a good picture. I think that's what it is. The image was captured on the Angelina video. I think that's what it is. Thank you. 986,000. Wow. I never would have suspected that was going to happen. Carolyn Brown says, Nancy, he's hiring Denisha where she doesn't get along with Shayla and Anthony. Anthony's wife is on the podcast. But actually, Carolyn, Denisha doesn't dislike Amber, right? I mean, because she knows who Amber is and they were cordial, basically cordial. But now she's going to find out that Denisha is with Anthony, I would think. And that's probably why Wayne did it. But they were cordial at the Christmas party. Remember, like when it first came on, Denisha introduced herself to Amber and her group. And then when Erica was ready to fight Shayla, and Denisha came in the room, and she was standing there, at the end, talking to Erica and Amber, and they were telling her how Shayla has a baby by Amber's husband, and now Denisha knows. So, of course, it's going to get really messy. Wayne couldn't help himself. Miss Faye, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Please do hit the like button if you all would. Nature, good morning. This is Nature, Laura. Laura is my sister, Nature. She's my sister. And she joined us this morning. She's just hanging out for a while. Nature is here. She's Nature for Holistic Wellness. And she's awesome. Everybody in here is awesome. Wayne and Anthony hate Amber. You know why? Because she has a good spirit. I think that's why they hate her. Because if you think about it, who else is like Amber in the skits, right? And this has been something that I've noticed forever. A lot of people have noticed it, honestly. But she's the only one, and she's a little gullible. But she always lets her guard down, and then something happens to her. So, but she's the only one, female, that happens to. And that's deliberate, by the writing. It's deliberate the way this Amber character is treated. Because you look at all the other people, Amber's toxic, but not like all the other women. And that's why they do it. That's why I tell you guys, it reminds me of that song, um, Cassandra. But you guys probably don't know it because it's by Taylor Swift. So if you don't listen to Taylor, you wouldn't know it. But that song called Cassandra. Abby says, let's see. I think Wayne, actually, I don't think Wayne hates Amber. Honestly, Nancy, I think Wayne hates the fact that she's married to Anthony. But he can't let Anthony go because supposedly Anthony makes money because they got to push that bro code nonsense. So he talks to Amber one way, talks to Anthony a different way. Wayne is nobody's friend. Nobody's. Carolyn, this reminds me of last year when he was having a good time chilling with Annie and Shayla. Yeah, at Drunken Piari's house. He is nobody's friend, but he would visit Amber and tell her to pray and fight for her marriage while he was sabotaging it. And then he tried to hit on her, but he knew. I mean, it's like he's the little menace, and he thinks it's cute, but it's not cute. He's an agent of chaos, and that is the devil. But you're always running around here talking about Jesus popping. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then Miss Fatale says, what'd you say, Faye? Amber must really be leaving the skits because they are force feeding Denisha to us like she's breakfast. I woke up to garbage this morning. You know, Miss Faye, I was wondering, um, I'm wondering if Denisha is going to be a part of Anthony's karma because we know is Denisha is not a nice person. I mean, Denisha is about, standing on all 10, right? She is who she is. But I think she's going to get Anthony. I think she is, especially when she finds out what he's been doing. I think that's a part of Anthony's karma to come. So Amber's gone, Shayla's gone, Denisha, the Barracuda, the BBL madam, the stripper or dancer. Now she's in with Anthony. What does that say? That says, and she's already in his pockets, right? So when we used to say he needs to lose his money, is Denisha the beginning of that? Well, we got Shayla. Now we got affair number 2. And then we've got Ben, the scammer, who might need Anthony's money to pay Abigail. So is this the fall of losing his money? It will get messy with Denisha being receptionist at the podcast. She will learn more about Anthony. That's right, nature. It may shake up what is happening between them. Exactly, nature. And I think that I do, and this is just my guess. I don't have any inside track or anything, right? But I think that Denisha is going to get sick of Anthony and his BS because this is the guy that came to Skitlanta or whatever, to the skits. This is the same fake guy. The real guy, I do think, is Amber's husband. I think that's the real Anthony Dalton. And I think he's an evil little man. An evil little man with a Napoleon mindset. The little man syndrome. I mean, that's just my thought on it. I've never liked Anthony. I didn't like him when he came to the skits. And of course I don't like him now. And I think he's like heartless. And I do think he's evil. Because, people can smile at you all day and really be having it in for you. And Anthony, I do believe, is one of those people. He comes across kind of like a chameleon. He's like an empty vessel. And he worships his money and all that nonsense. Was Wayne right to hire Denisha for his podcast office, despite she is Tamara's only employee? No. Hi, Alexis. Wayne and Tamara like when they yell at each other. Alexis, they do. They do. They like when they're fussing. Mm-hmm. And he knows that's going to make Tamara mad, but he did it anyway. Hey, Laura. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Angela. Juanita saying hello. Nature says good morning. Good morning, everybody. That's absolutely true. Wayne likes to hurt Amber, and people keep saying he loves her. I don't think he is in love with her. I think he might love her as a person, but did you remember the skit where he was asking Amber, is she in an affair? When Anthony told Wayne, right? And they were standing there, and Wayne asked her, am I still in your heart? You know how you have a special place in your heart for somebody, but you've gone on to other things? And he asked her, and he pointed at his heart, and he's asking her, am I still in there? And she said, no. She said, no. So it's like that special place he used to hold in her heart, it's no longer there. And I was happy that she was able to say no because she has decided to move on. And also, she said, and she said it twice. No, she said this once. She said she realized Anthony and Wayne were on a pedestal, but she said they are not God because she's always held those two men on a pedestal. And Gigi, I think that Amber realizes they that those two men are just toilet seat users. Did you guys catch my hint? Toilet seat users. And don't go blowing my theory out into the ozone. Yeah, keep it to yourself, okay? Gwen says, please like, share, and subscribe. Please do. We have 30 watching from what I can tell. Little Ankles, what are you going to do? He didn't look too happy when they were sitting on the porch. I was just glancing at it. I'm not into Anthony. He didn't want Shayla working with Amber, but now you sneaky little link, Denisha will be working with both of them. That's why Anthony had that funny look on his face. Auntie Laura, that is my niece Angela Atkinson saying hello to you. And Miss Fatal says, I know him. I love when Tamara hangs up in his ears telling her about the money he's given her. Exactly. Leading with his money, as usual. I don't like. Hi, Michelle. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, Nonya, they need to divorce Bethany and Larry. Well, if Bethany really is going off to do a movie, then I can see them doing that. Hopefully, because otherwise, how's he going to move on if they don't give him a divorce? And there's something about marriage. I know Wayne says he will never get married again and all that nonsense, but why is he such a little agent of chaos? I wonder if is that who he is? Is that why his mind works the way it does? Yes, Nonya, they need to divorce. And then Nature says to Carolyn, speak on it, Carolyn. It is not going to look or be heard well when to Denisha about Anthony. He didn't want Shayla there at all, both Amber and Shayla, now Denisha. Because if you look at that video or that skit, Anthony had he's trying to force a smile when Wayne was talking to Denisha, and he's sitting there looking like, with this his forced smile where he's not really smiling from the inside. Can you guys see me, or is my tea kettle and cup too big? You want me to move the tea kettle and the cup? Oh no, then you'll see my junky office. Because I never unpacked the boxes in here. They're still in here. They're probably going to stay in here because I hardly ever sit in here anyway. Someone help me understand what is funny about Angelina. It's not hitting her. Oh, we weren't talking about that one, Gigi. No, I haven't. I'm not talking about that one. I had posted a short of. I had posted a short of Sincerely and Angelina, and Sincerely the enemy, the lady with that bushy wig. No, there's nothing good about hitting your husband. So Gigi, that's the video we're talking about. My video, not Sharon's, not that stuff. No, my video that I posted what, maybe 8 days ago, and sincerely came in. I didn't even look at the one with Angelina hitting Brody. I just saw it and kept going. But no, this one is of Angelina and Sincerely. And Sincerely came into Angelina's office, and she's meddling Angelina because they're hostiles, right? And so Sincerely took her phone and she's showing Angelina a picture of her doing whatever she's doing with Brody. And she's pushing it all up in Angelina's face. And Angelina fired on her with a right. And then she actually whooped her. So no judgment, because that's not my video. I wouldn't have posted that. But the one with Sincerely and Angelina, I did post, because that woman came in there showing Angelina, who I'm not a fan of, but showing her what she's doing with Angelina's husband. And Angelina, I think it shocked her because the lady put it all up in her face so she could see closely what was going on. And Angelina hit her. And then she took that big fuzzy wig and she threw it out the door. And it almost hit Pam in the face. But you don't see Pam. But that's what my video is about, Gigi. That's not my video. I don't know. I didn't touch that video. I wouldn't have touched that video. So I don't know, and no judgment because it doesn't belong to me. No, mine is different, Gigi. I think it's in the #1 spot on my video, like #1 placement on my shorts. So if you look on my channel page, on my shorts, you'll see my video. That's the one we're talking about, not that other one. I wouldn't post that. Nah, that's not my cup of tea. Let me see. It's at 986,000, and it's entitled "Brody is Sleeping with the Enemy." That's mine, Gigi, and that's the one we're talking about. Tamara should stop taking Wayne's money to use. I agree. She didn't need Wayne's money before. And then they got D over there acting like some little teenage kid, It's just all chaos. And let's see, Angela, Gigi, I wonder, Brody should have her locked up. She would be in, yeah, she's going to take all of the money. Danielle and Melissa's mother put them in timeout. I saw that, Nature, as she should. She said she did it when they were 13. I almost felt that she should stay and mediate. Those two grown women. Gigi, okay, yeah. And then Michelle says Anthony taking his new girlfriend to his wife is diabolical. Wait, what? Anthony is taking Denisha to see Amber? Oh, to his wife's ex. Michelle, him and Anthony with that phony friendship or frenemy relationship, they make me sick because they're two of the same kind. Remember the conversation Amber had with Anthony sitting on the bed when he asked about would she have dated Anthony in high school? And Amber said no, but she would have dated a Wayne. That's what that is. That bromance is two people where she would have dated Wayne, but not Anthony. But she liked sports guys. But she would have took the clown over the studious boys because they do have attitudes like that, where they want to sit around and judge women. So that, yeah. And Danielle takes no accountability for snitching on everybody. And she lied yesterday. She told a bold-faced lie, but she told it by omission because she said she was talking about to Michelle, just her and Danielle. She did not tell Michelle that she told Ben and Ben told Anthony. I can't stand Danielle. I cannot stand her because not only is she a troublemaker, she's a liar. And then she's the one who wants to get into all of Amber's business like Amber needs protection. She got in Shayla's face, Anthony's face, told Amber back in January that Ben, you know, basically helped, that Anthony was hiding his money. This all came from Danielle. All of this, which at the end of the day is good that she told her, but Amber has never asked Danielle for anything. And Danielle is like one of those friends, like I mentioned on here, who wants to stick to you like glue. She's trouble. And she is the cause and effect. And we still don't know about Melissa. Danielle, Danish, that's what you call it, Mary. Danish, I like that. Are not loyal to Tamara. Wayne is going to help Amber get what she needs. Wayne doesn't like Anthony, and he doesn't. He does not like Anthony. Anybody on Skitland needs their karma out there. He don't like Anthony, and he only started being like a real menace when Anthony came back to the house. And Wayne's been poking in that marriage ever since, like just doing everything he can. He even wrote that song about Amber, talking about, go let your husband hear it, go let Anthony hear it, because he's a troublemaker. He's one of those little bad boys, like Shy Lady said, the ones in the sandbox when you're little, and they always want to mess with the girl they like. That's Wayne. And they never go away. They're like little ants all over you. They are. It's like, go sit down. Wayne is setting Anthony up for a great fall. Anthony, now, Wayne has another one of your women on his team. Mm-hmm. Wayne is not doing this to hurt Amber. He's going to expose Anthony. He is. And he wanted to find out. He told Amber, Carla, remember when he was talking to Amber and Amber wouldn't tell him who she was seeing? And that's the same time when he asked her, am I still in your heart? And Amber said no. And they were on Wayne's walking trail. And she said no, right? He told Amber, I'm going to be on the podcast asking questions, and you have to tell the truth. So I'm hoping that the party jumps off before the podcast, because Wayne is going to ask Amber, who are you seeing? That is why Wayne got on the podcast. Do you guys remember that? If you don't, I can go, sometime this week and pull that video, that skit, so you can see it. And then simply says, Miss Faye, we can't escape Annie or Denisha. Amber should leave. Amber should leave so we can all move on with our lives. Mm-hmm. And move on from Wayne and his evilness, because he intentionally harvested our energy from trauma. Yep, I agree. And that's why today I was like, I really just don't want to see it. I just don't want to see that foolishness. And all the hey, Himmy girl, what's happening, sister? I'll get to that later. But Wayne is strange. The way he must see the world. But I'll get to that. Michelle Anthony looks desperate for friends. Eklund says, I can't either. Neither of those children are too disrespectful. They are. Hi, Hemi. Yeah, Kiki and Brooke. Yeah, I can't take Brooke anymore either, Keisha. I can't stand what they've turned her into. People are saying, hello, Hemi girl. And then Carolyn says, does Bethany care about Brooke? That girl had 1,000,001 issues. Now she got a license. I know. And Bethany is a pick-me. Yep, she is. And she wants to outdo the parents. And she's racist. She's a straight-up racist. And there are people who marry black men and think they're not racist. Honey, that don't make you not be racist. But Bethany is racist. She is. So y'all keep that in mind too. And Larry is just, I don't know what to say about Larry. I really don't. He just feeds into Bethany's nonsense constantly. Um, then I thought Melissa and Danielle are grown and should be able to civilly talk to each other to work it out. Melissa and Danielle talk a lot, but they are feuding at this point, to the point they are mirrors. They don't like each other. I mean, sisters feud, right? But those two, oh, Laura, you leaving? Okay. All right. Have a good meeting, sweetheart. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling my sister goodbye. Or I'll see her later, I should say, not goodbye. Tell mom I'll try to come down there like pretty soon. No, don't miss your meeting, Laura. Don't miss your meeting. I'll talk to you later, sweetie. Love you. Tell mom I said hey and I love her, okay? All right. Bye, sis. Gigi says, good morning, Nancy B, Nature, Eklund, Angela, Juanita, Carol, Gwen, Alexis, Miss Faye, Simply, Abby, and Laura. And where's Miss Nay? Miss Nay was in here too. Her name is Simply Miss Nay. And then we have Simply Abby. So please hit the like button. I'm surprised we don't have more people. Usually we have like 40-something people in the morning, but it's fine with me. So, and then Eklund's laughing. I would not drink anything, not from Dom. My gotta be scared. Bye, sis. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Iris. Good morning. So, Gigi, did that answer your question about the Angelina video? Because that's not my video. Okay. That, yeah, don't even, I didn't post that nonsense. Have a blessed day, Laura. Thank you for being with us. Yeah. Aminata, good morning. Let me go back up here. I missed Chase gave Maggie her money back. I saw that. And Chase wrote Bethany and Larry skits and Candace. Yeah. And by Laura, Aminata. What does Aminata say? Anyone notice that Anthony hasn't been to see his son? Mm-hmm. Yep. He just wants the new Kai, not his own. And, you know, I was wondering, is Anthony pushing so desperately to meet Denisha's son, who's 13? I wonder if that's the age where Anthony realized his father would just come and drop off money. Is there a correlation between Anthony and this little boy who he's dying to meet? You know, the first day on the phone, he's asking Denisha to let him meet her son. But that right there told me maybe Anthony was that age. Mm-hmm. That makes me wonder about why he asked that. Also, how is he trying to be a daddy to Denisha's son, but couldn't raise baby David? Because he's got no soul. He doesn't like Amber. And honestly, I looked at some video before the Shayla incident, and he didn't seem extremely happy either. Yeah, nature, yes, Amber is the centerpiece. She's always the centerpiece of something. But that's who Wayne wanted the Amber character to be. And she's the only one that's got like this good heart, I guess, or good spirit, maybe, amongst all these demons. I mean, that's how I see it, because I'm steadily trying to find better people. You know, I don't mean Candace and Chase. I just mean in that little circle. But, and I'm not trying to be biased for Amber. It's just that that's what we see, you know? That's what I see. And let's see, Melissa and Danielle are the golden children, and mom always takes her side. Oh, she said Danielle's the golden child. Yeah, Aminata. He didn't want to raise baby David, but he was over there with Shayla too. Anthony is just somebody I just don't like. I'd never have a man like him. I don't think you guys would either. Anthony is full of it, and I don't want him back with Amber, even if Amber and Dave don't work out. I don't want him back either. I mean, there's been too much tea spilt between Anthony and Amber. But who was it that said, I think it was Trapstar. Trapstar, was this you? Who said, or Nature, that Wayne might make them stay married. And then kind of like Angelina and Brody are, and Brody's on his fourth affair with Pam. I'm hoping that he doesn't do that. Like, never give them a divorce, and then they just run all over the world having affairs. But you know, he's just that messy. He would write some crap like that. Mm-hmm. Where's baby Kai? He hasn't been to see his child. Nope. AD has no boundaries. That's how. Hi, Dolly. You're right. Mike writes Dom and J Diva. Mm-hmm. Nancy, he's in the 4K school. LOL. Yes, Nonya, and thanks for the explanation. You're welcome, Gigi. Yeah, that ain't my video, girl. Mm-mm. Nope. Let's see. Where is Amber, Shayla, and Delicia? I don't know. Aminata, he really didn't want baby David. He only did it out of guilt because Shayla was pregnant. Mm-hmm. And then Nature says, absolutely, he has forgot about his own Kai to connect with Denisha's son. And I'm going to say till the cows come home that Kai's not Anthony's son. I don't care what Wayne says and he decides to do. They should have fixed the dates. They should have fixed the dates instead of just throwing that raggedy DNA test out there. He could have fixed the dates. He was like, shut up, audience. Kai is going to stay Anthony's son. And then he threw that DNA test out full of errors and stuff. In other words, take this and be quiet. I'm not changing it. They messed up on Kai's birth because Kai would have been 7 months old. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nonya. Nope, he doesn't like Amber. And even before all the Shayla stuff, he was so phony. Yeah, Anthony is trying to put on a fake persona in front of Denisha. That's his representative, not the real Anthony Dalton. The real Anthony Dalton, I do think, Gigi, is the one that Amber married. The cold one that we see now, I think that's the real Anthony. Not the nice guy. That's not Anthony. And that wasn't Anthony when he came. Quick question. Do you think Denisha is trying to get closer to Wayne for money? No, he's going to take Anthony's money. Michelle, I think she's going to take Anthony's money. She knows how rich Anthony. She knows Anthony's rich. But no, because Wayne doesn't. I don't think so. I think I'm hoping, I should say hoping, that Denisha is a part of Anthony's karma. Unless they just threw karma out the window and nobody has to suffer about any of the nonsense that they do. Right? Maybe. But I'm hoping that Denisha is going to be a part of Anthony's money loss. That's what I'm hoping for. So, get closer to Wayne? No, I think that's more Lauren. I think that's more Lauren. But, it could be Michelle. Could be. Anthony is rubbing Denisha's feet. I didn't even watch that. I don't watch the Anthony skits like people do. I'll glance at it. I'll hear what's being said, but I'm not watching Anthony. They're trying to whitewash him. I don't like it, and I'm not going to watch it. So, if it pops up on my phone, then okay. But I'm not going to ignore it because as a reviewer, I need to know what's going on. But I'm like, Anthony gets no pass from me. No passes from me. He's a horrible, horrible man. He's the worst husband. And I don't think Wayne, yeah, his obsession with her son. No, Nancy, I didn't even watch that when he was rubbing her feet or whatever. I didn't watch all that BS. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope. If they think they're gonna throw Anthony in my face, I mean, I'm only one reviewer, but I ain't gotta watch it. They don't pay me to watch it, right? And his obsession with her son should scare her. Where is her maternal instincts to protect her son? Does she even have any, Aminata? There's no, we don't see a closeness between her and her son. I see coldness between her and her little boy. And he's always going somewhere. He's always going somewhere. Not with mom, but with his friend. Or how many times have we seen him? Two or three, and he was going somewhere else. And she just says, okay, go get your stuff. She doesn't care. Like, Anthony is a weirdo demanding to meet someone's child. Yeah, I bet baby Kai won't be able to meet Denisha unless Anthony sneaks. Yep, Shayla ain't having that nonsense. Anthony makes you want to vomit. He does. That's why I don't watch his skits. They're not forcing me to look at that little man. I better be nice, huh? I'll behave. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm being mischievous over here. I'll behave. Then where's Betty? Betty Bush, where are you? I want to know what Betty thinks about Anthony. Betty, are you still here? Let's see. Eklund says that's why I want Dave to be honest with her. He's done everything she wanted from Anthony in a short space of time. And Eklund, they do need to have that conversation. I need Dave to tell Amber his secrets and Amber to tell him about Wayne. They need to start on a clean slate. So let's see if the writers let that happen. Or are they just going to be destructive as usual and just blow up that relationship for Amber? And that's the hard part. It's just, Wayne is just so messy. No, Dolly, I don't watch AD and Denisha either. Just thinking out loud. Look, Michelle, that's what I do every day. They know I'll sit here and I'll be brainstorming, and that's what I do. I'm out here thinking out loud. So ignore me because that's what I do. And that is a fake persona. And that's who I think Anthony was in the beginning. I don't think Anthony was the one that we see with Denisha now. That's the Anthony that came. He's fake. He's fake. And Denisha is going to run the show. Watch. Watch. I don't know if you guys remember her from like when the BBL crew first got here. I hate to call them that, but you know. Carol, some men are like that, moving quickly. Well, people are rebounders, and that's why when people say, oh, Amber is a rebounder, a lot of people are rebounders in real life, especially guys. But people rebound all the time. It's something that human nature does in people. There are some people who can be alone. They don't mind being alone. There are others who don't want to be alone. So they get into another relationship. Does it make them wrong? No, not if that's who they are. So Amber's a rebounder. Anthony is. Anthony just wants a woman around him for his image and for his sex needs. That's what Anthony wants. So he showers them with gifts. Same thing with Wayne when he did that transactional relationship with Tamara. So they're two peas in a pod, like they always like to say. Birds of a feather flock together. Them ninjas ain't about nothing. They're not. Carol, some men are like moving quickly. They try to impress with the love bombing. It's up to Denisha. Well, I think Denisha is going to be herself, which is basically a madam. Denisha is not just some girl by happenstance. Denisha was the madam of the BBLs. That's Denisha. And I think that's who Denisha is, and that's who Anthony has. And that's why I say what I say about Denisha's gonna run Anthony's pockets. You see, she already got herself put on a budget for money. She didn't give up the cookie for free. That's not who Denisha is. She used to dance at Rain, and she'd be sitting at the table by herself, and the other girls, not Melissa, because Melissa didn't dance, but she was, or Momo didn't dance. One of them didn't dance, but it was Melissa, it was Momo, it was some cousin that I don't remember her name, and then it was Denisha. But Denisha was the head honcho, and that's who Anthony is with, the head honcho of the BBL crowd. She ain't a nice girl. And who said that? Is that Gigi or Michelle? Whoever said that? Denisha's not nice. And that's why I'm like happy that Anthony is with her, because she's going to run his pockets. You see how cold she comes across, right? She's just cold. She's shrewd, I guess is a better word. She's shrewd. And you see, she told Tamara off. She's basically telling Anthony, basically, I'm not about your nonsense. She gave him back that diamond ring. She knows the game. And giving back that diamond ring was a power move to tell Anthony, the ring, first of all, our date is over, so take your ring back. We played husband and wife, because Anthony's got on his band. He bought her a ring, put it on her ring finger, so they can go play husband and wife for the day. And she gave him back that ring. Think about that. And then when he got ready to leave, after she gave up the cookie, she immediately told him what she needed. That girl is not just some happenstance girl. There's a reason they put him with Denisha. Carol, yeah, some men they do. And it's up to Denisha. And she kept saying, asking him, why do you want to meet my son? And so, Gigi, that's why I was wondering, does her son remind Anthony of himself? I mean, I just be brainstorming. I don't know. They don't give us any insight. So anyway, but that's kind of what I was. It's kind of what I was thinking, because why else are you trying to meet a 13-year-old boy? Unless he's trying to impress her, right? That's creepy. And he never had a relationship with his own Kai, Abby. You're right. Just used him as an excuse. Yep. To be in a relationship with Shayla. Now that Shayla's not checking for him, he forgot to be a father, but still seeing Shayla. Kai needs to stay. Anthony, to teach Anthony a lesson, to help him have a reminder of his doings. Nature, I like that. I think that's a great idea, and maybe that's what Wayne is thinking. I like that, actually. I do, as a reminder of what he did. It may be for a reason, because Aunt may end up with Shayla and be raising Kai. I like that. Yep. And then Gigi says, Michelle, I like the way you think. That's interesting. Shayla may manipulate Anthony to stop seeing Denisha, and Wayne is always available. Yeah. Yep. Antoinette says she might take both, because Wayne, to me, had more money than Anthony. Yeah, that's true. And then, now we know that when he first met Denisha, Wayne, remember when he told Anthony, when Anthony said he thought Denisha was like beautiful and all that, and he said she has a good spirit. Anthony said she has a good spirit, and Wayne said, man, you can't read spirits very well, can you? You guys remember that skit? When the two men were sitting on the porch, and Denisha came over there with Tamara, and Wayne said, man, you can't read spirits, can you? He wasn't feeling her that day. But now, all of a sudden, since she's with Anthony, oh, yeah, I'll give you a job and this and that, all that nonsense. Michelle, I think it's for the money. Denisha living a lifestyle now in Wayne's house, getting foot massages. Oh, Denisha will stick with Anthony. She just got to come up, yep, by associating Anthony and his connection, Wayne. And Carolyn, that's who I see Denisha as. And like she told Tamara yesterday, how are you going to tell me not to see this man? She said, she's not friends with Amber. They were cordial. She don't care about Shayla. So why, and Tamara cares about Tamara's image as far as Denisha messing around with Anthony, right? The two skits with Tamara. So it is. I think it's definitely about money, but I'm really hoping that Denisha is going to be a person who goes into Anthony's pockets, because Anthony's God is little g God. Anthony's God is money. So how else do you hurt Anthony? You take his money. I mean, it's just to me, it's like kind of logical. Take his money away, because that's the only thing he worships. He doesn't worship the Lord. He just worships his money. So I think that's why Denisha's there, to take his money. Anthony is going to be broke between Amber, Denisha, and also helping Shayla still. I am surprised that his lawyer is not guiding him in terms of his expenses and watching financials. But he doesn't pay attention to what she says anyway. He just still does what he wants to do, because I think he figures he can do what he wants to do. The courts can't tell him what to do. That's what I see in Anthony. Just, yeah, he's corny, Michelle. Hello, Antoinette. And Denisha is all about the money. She is. She is all about the money. Are they trying to hope we forget about the divorce and get lost? Yeah. Nature? Yes. Yes. Get lost. That's why I say they throw the spaghetti against the wall, because they did it last year too. Same thing. They want to give you all this fluff, and then you get lost in the fluff and you forget the core piece, which is the divorce. Nature, I say yes. I vote yes. They want us lost in all the fluff and all the shenanigans. Tamara is really jealous that Tanisha's working with Wayne. So is she just really no longer working with Tamara at all? Because I didn't see the skit. Exactly, Keisha. Thank you for putting that in my mouth, because I couldn't think of how to phrase it simply. Denisha is loyal to the game. Just like the ring that Wayne has on, he's loyal to the game. Denisha is loyal to the game. Exactly. Thank you, Keisha. I couldn't come up with it. She doesn't care whose money she gets. I think if push comes to shove, she would go for the bigger bag. I mean, like she said, she has no ties to these people. She just got here from Miami. What? They've been here a year now, maybe? She has no ties. Hi, Nonya. I'm good, just supporting my daughter. Oh, okay. Oh, because her dad passed away? I'm sorry. She said he will never be what you are to me, mother. Oh. Yeah, she's loyal to the game. So I think if she can get some of Wayne's money, she will. But I'm really hoping she's a part of Anthony's karma. I'm serious, because I'm sick of Anthony getting a free ride, and I'm sick of Shayla getting a free ride. They set it up one way, but now you guys want to get off the path that you set it up You give Amber all this heck to go through, but now you guys want to let Anthony and Shayla get whitewashed and they have nothing happen to them. But, things don't happen in our time. So Anthony was trying to bond with baby David at first, and it was Shayla who had a problem with it. Yeah, stayed on his neck about it, talking about it's not your son and blah, 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 blah. That's really when Anthony started distancing himself. That's right, Gigi. I think Denisha will stop working at the studio, Carla. Okay, good morning, Marion. Hi, Dolly. Wholeheartedly agree. I'm not a questionable. And then Nature says, Keisha, yes. Denisha is thinking to climb and not fall. And she just told Shayla that yesterday. I mean, not Shayla, Tamara. Oh, Betty, I was just looking for you. That's all. She told Tamara, well, what? I'm supposed to have nothing because Tamara's image would get tarnished or Amber's feelings would get hurt or Shayla would get mad. Denisha ain't about that. She don't care. Denisha is about Denisha, and actually, as she should be. Denisha should be about Denisha. So whatever Denisha's 10 toes down is, then stand on it. Denisha doesn't report to those women. So she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. So Nature, yeah, exactly. Momo is trying to do the same thing with Damien. Yeah. Momo is checking to see if Tamara will be back, worried about Sade, and now she just saw Erica. Momo, that is. But yeah, no. I mean, you can't blame Denisha. Denisha looking out for Denisha. But that's who she is. She's just calculated. And she's shrewd. And she's going to get Anthony's money. Is baby Kai still in the picture? He's at preschool. We're going to say he's at, not preschool, daycare. Kai is at school. And Gigi says, I agree. Oh, Kai was born too early. Yeah. To be Anthony's son, she was already pregnant. And she put it on Anthony. Yep. And that's why she was trying her best to get him to have sex with her at Arby's house. Right. You remember that? Mm-hmm. That's right. I agree 100%. So a lot of people, a lot of stuff goes on and we forget things. We forget things. But I go back and I rewatch skits, just to make sure that it's in my head. And so when I write reviews or even just try to remember stuff, that I've watched them. I go all the way back and watch stuff sometimes and then just follow the trail. So I hope Tamara tells Shayla about Anthony and Denisha. And then Nature says, hi, Marion. Welcome in and thank you for joining Tea Time. Happy Thursday. And thank you as well, Marion. They're going messy over Amber. Good evening, Marion. There's no more AAS storyline. Exactly, Marion. And that's why I've been screaming, make a new storyline. The AAS storyline, it's squashed, right? So make a new storyline out of the, Anthony and Denisha. But give these people a divorce. Because all this cheating, it's yuck. I can't stand Tyler Perry, me either. But the way he wrote Zach and Fatima is amazing on Zatima. Zach is a work in progress, but knows Fatima loves him and they have each other's back. That's what we want to see. Exactly. And that's what I'm hoping to see out of Dave and Amber. Because Anthony's not going to have anybody's back but Anthony's. Anthony, I don't think Anthony know. You guys ever met anybody that just does not know how to love? Hi, Dom 10. How are you? Dom says, as a mom Welcome back, Dom. As a mom, I would worry for a stranger. You just met me wanting so hard to meet my son. Yes, you're not about to meet my son. Knowing if he's a predator, cannot stand his character. And that's predator. That sounds like a predator. You steadily on this woman to let you meet her son. Who does that? Right? Like, dude, really? You're not about to meet my kids? And then she says, okay, but I'm mad at Denisha. Actually, I like the Denisha character. She stand on her own. I know you when did hear you tell O'Neill to behave, I would laugh. So, Nonya, please behave about AD. All right, Dolly. I just won't talk about AD. I won't talk about him. Okay, I'll behave, Dolly. Dolly wants me to behave. All right, honey. I will. I will for Dolly. I will for any of you guys if you tell me don't talk about him. And I did delete, I deleted that Libby short that I made where Libby hit her head because I was told that someone's friend did that to herself. So I deleted that short. I took it off just so you know. You know who I'm talking to because I don't want to have that up there. So I deleted it this morning. And I hope because I love to see Kai Kai. I know he's so cute. Him telling them no when, yeah, he gets fed up with their mess. And he knows, like, you know, we know he was coached, but it's so cute seeing him. Like, no, mommy. I mean, like, no, daddy, basically. Nonya, I will behave, Dolly, I promise. Because Wayne likes Amber, you don't hurt someone you love, and encourages Amber's husband to go after Shayla. Wayne is a whole mess. Betty Bush says Anthony makes me want to reach out and touch him with a switch, right, Betty? I'm going to behave, Dolly, don't worry. Melissa made up things in her head, like Dom. I really want to hear the conversation, and they know we want to hear the conversation between Dave and Amber. Because Amber has a secret, Dave has a secret. Apparently, Dave has a secret. And Andrea says the only one who really needs that podcast job would be Shayla. And what Wayne do if they all quit? Because remember, Amber asked for a contract, specifically asked for a contract, though we don't know if they got a contract, but then Wayne doesn't honor him anyway, because Amber had a contract when she had the singer. And he said, you're fired too, Amber. She had a contract, but Amber just kind of said, and she got up and went home, and then left Shayla sitting there arguing with with Wayne. But let's see, that's funny when Nonya tells O'Neill to behave. Then he put it in the Dave song. He did. I miss O'Neill. I just don't want to hear that bashing. I don't. Just like Dolly doesn't want to hear me bash Anthony. I get it. I don't want to hear that stuff. I like O'Neill. O'Neill's actually a cool guy. That's funny when Nonya tells O'Neill to behave. Then he put it in the song. Gigi, you guys remember that bet me and O'Neill had about Amber going back to Wayne and she never went? And I won the bet. And Wayne, he had to wear Amber's t-shirt. Anthony seems to have different personalities. He does, Gigi. And Wayne is the wizard warlock disguised as God. I called him the Wizard of Oz because I couldn't think of anything better. But yeah, the wizard warlock. In his show, everyone has to go to him for blessings. And using little g, God's name. She does not need to tell AD, please behave, Anthony. Oh, gosh. Anthony is worried. You think, Michelle, Anthony's worried over Amber taking the, oh yeah, taking the 50%, that Denisha would be making him lose more than half of his assets. But but so somebody tell me, he's so worried about the 50%, right? He's in a divorce action. Why is he prancing around with affair number two's woman? Somebody make it make sense, because I'm trying to understand if he's so worried about, or is it just that he doesn't want to give her 50%? But it's, and then just on as a side note, the 50% is just a negotiating starting point. But why is he prancing this woman around, yet he's complaining he doesn't want to give 50%? You have Shayla, who has a baby. That's two strikes. Whether they admit it or not, any judge can ask for what they want, right? So it's on record that he had one affair, and if the judge wants to see that, he can see it. Now he's got affair number two under his belt, but he's crying about not wanting to give her 50%, even though she is in a relationship now. If I'm with you and you treat me like that for a year, I'm gonna divorce you. Like, I would have been in divorce, Anthony. I would have been gone, boy. But yeah, exactly, Michelle. Worried about the 50% Amber might get. Anthony doesn't like Denisha. His laugh is fake with her. She doesn't like him either. They're both, to me, they're both using each other for something. That's for me. And then Aminata says she doesn't like him either. She just wants the money. Anthony will lose his mind when he sees Amber and Dave. He is forcing the Denisha thing. I couldn't agree with you more, Aminata. I couldn't agree with you more. Is he doing it to make Amber jealous? Amber is the only one who gets karma. I know, Gigi. And then I'm also wondering, so, I mean, this is my little thought. I'm wondering, is Denisha a part of his karma as far as his money, right? And then is Denisha a part of his karma because I think Denisha could run circles around Anthony. You know how he treated Amber, like dismissive and garbage, and that girl is shrewd enough to do Anthony like that. And Anthony would not see it coming because she doesn't run her mouth except to tell you what she wants and what she's not going to put up with. Except when Momo told Momo to stop doing what she was doing with Rafi. But Amber is the only one who gets karma. So Denisha and Momo run circles around these men and make them have empty pockets. Yes, nature. Yeah. And that's why I'm wondering, is that why Denisha is there? They are versions of Lauren and Delicia. And I think they might be, maybe they're, Delicia and Lauren are supposedly upscaled models of Denisha and Momo. Does anybody see that at all? So that's kind of what I see. And AD's like a fish out of water. Dolly, he is. He's so uncomfortable. I don't know where everybody is this morning. It says 39 people are watching, but usually the T has like 40 something people. So I'm not sure. Or do you mean on the skits? On the skits or in here? But I don't know. And then Mary says Denisha thinks she has a truth man. She's going to fall in love. You think so? I think he's going to fall in love with her. I don't see Denisha falling in love with him. But even if she did, I think Denisha was written in to hurt Anthony. Some kind of way to hurt Anthony, not to like be a good thing for Anthony. I think she's supposed to be a part of his karma. And you know what, Mary? What if they were to fall in love and then Denisha wanted out? That would hurt Anthony, right? It wouldn't be Anthony leaving her. It would be her leaving him. Just like she gave him that ring back. They do things like that. And then you remember, like, next year sometime, if she were to walk out, I would remember when she gave the ring back, because that's indicative of her walking out. You understand what I'm saying? So, and then the interesting part is that if you can't put your mind where Wayne's head is, but if you follow his little spaghetti scrappings, you can kind of see how he thinks. But I don't feel like thinking today. I'm sick of Wayne and this foolishness. I'm not gonna say that too loud, but yeah. So I have a question for you guys. Let's see. Let me read this from Gigi first. I said the same thing about Anthony. Um, they're both being fake. Yeah, she's gonna run his pockets. Yeah, Nikki. That's it, Michelle. Thank you, Nikki. And then who was that other little light skinned girl? Who was Melissa borrowing the car from? Was that Denisha or was that her other cousin? Because I thought there was another light skinned girl, but we never got her name. And the one who Melissa was borrowing the car from, was that Denisha or was that the girl I'm thinking of, the other little light skinned girl that kind of resembled Melissa a little bit? And I think we saw her 3 times because she went to lunch also with Momo one time, whoever the third girl, the other girl was. So yeah, Denisha, Momo, Melissa, Nikki, and there was a third girl, but she went to lunch with Momo, and then whoever, I think it was the girl Melissa was, whose car Melissa was borrowing, and I don't think that girl was Denisha. I think it was some other girl, but she didn't have like real speaking parts, you know. Remember that, Michelle? Can you think about that one? The other, there was another girl also, and she kind of resembled Melissa. And whose car was Melissa borrowing? Right? That, I think it's that other girl, whoever she was. Aunt Dolly says, Nature says, Dolly, he doesn't know how to handle that. Amber is leaving him for good. I agree with that, Nature. Then Shayla was rejecting. I agree with that. And he's looking for someone to replace. Yet he got on his marriage ring. Yep, that's right, Nature. I mean, that's not necessarily right, but that's what I think too. I should put it that way. That's what I think. So if we think about it, if they're actually rolling out soft karma for Anthony and Shayla, we see these things happening. They're soft ball throws, right? Anthony losing all his women. Hopefully, Denisha's going to go in his pockets. She already has basically told him she needs everything taken care of, right? So, are they just softballing it for his karma also? Amber left him. Shayla doesn't want him. You know, Ash is going to teach, yeah, Lashes. She's going to teach Anthony a lesson about women play the game. That's right, Marion. Keisha, you and Marion have put my words out there and stopped my brain from just going like the Energizer Bunny. Mm-hmm. Denisha didn't give up her cookie for no reason. That's right. That's right. So I wasn't surprised one bit when she said exactly what she needed from him. That's right, Nature. She is not there to play with Anthony. Denisha's Anthony's karma. Little ankles love strippers. That's right. Mm-hmm. And he knows that she used to work in the club because she told him the other night, right? I mean, I wasn't watching them, but I heard it. And then Nonya, we watched and observed Denisha, and she will work however. She's getting paid by Tamara and will get paid by Wayne, has intentions for Anthony's money too. Denisha did not come to play. And I'm not mad at her. She's not doing anything illegal. And if Anthony is silly enough to give her all his money or give her money, so be it. So yeah, Denisha is selling yes, ma'am, like Shayla. That's right, Carolyn. Hi, George Sims. Good morning. I hope Denisha will help Anthony to stop being a fool. She might. She might. Let's see. Nature says she sure is, Carolyn. I thought for a second that this morning that Denisha is another Shayla. Mm-mm. Denisha quickly is telling him what she expects. She is nobody Shayla. Right. That's right. She's not. Denisha is, that's why I call her Denisha Barracuda. I didn't make it up for nothing. Denisha is about, standing on her 10. And then Michelle Thompson says Anthony wants to depress Denisha by spending money on her son. But most teenage boys don't want to see their mom. Exactly. They want to see their mom with their father. Mm-hmm. That is the truth, Michelle. Good job. Thanks for putting that out there. They want to see their parents together. And Dolly says Denisha was putting AD in place for the pay cut with Shayla, with Tamara. That's right, Dolly. That's why she gave up the cookie. That girl know what she's doing. Tell her that she knows what she's doing. Now she'll get paid by Wayne as well because she's that character. That's right. Good morning, George. She could teach him a good lesson. Then again, Denisha doesn't care what Anthony learns or not. She's looking out for herself. And she is looking out for herself. Let's see. Nature says if she falls in love with him, she may teach him how to treat and be respectful of women. Yes, Nature. Yep. Denisha will take AD's money, Wayne's money, and she will be kept just like Shayla. No, Shayla lays on her back. So, I understand what you're saying, Marion, but you see they made it very obvious that Denisha is smart. She works. She takes care of her child, even though he seems unhappy. And she's not a Shayla. But I understand what you mean being kept. But in these silly skits, it's like in Wayne's World, why are all the women and all the men always passing money back and forth? That's just Wayne's love language. Is that it? Why does he write this stuff? I'm not trying to complain, but I'm not even going to go there because we know these skits go around the world and it troubles me that people think we're like this. Anthony is bringing this on himself because he has money to play. And he did tell Shayla he'll never be alone because he has money. So if he starts losing his money, he's going to be grabbing his chest again. Right? He's going to be doing this again when he starts losing money. Denisha is in the spotlight. Her character is going to grow because of her dealings with Anthony and now Wayne. Anthony is going to take care of her and she is going to keep a job. Hi, George. And then we all think Anthony still has a lot. Michelle. That's what I said. Does Anthony still have a lot of money? Yes. I asked that question too. Does he? Or did Darren get it? Or Ben? But Ben would have had to give the access code to Darren to get the money. Right? But I was also saying, does Anthony still have money? Like money. Yeah. Michelle, yes, I agree with you. I never thought I'd see the day when Mike and Dom's skits were the most interesting ones to watch. I agree, Miss Faye. Like today, I just couldn't do it. I was like, I couldn't do it today. And At least Denisha knows not to fully rely on a man. Mm-hmm. She's going to get her bag, and she's going to get it on her own. Yep. And that's why when I saw people commenting about, oh, he got a new woman and this and that, and I'm thinking, you guys not remember who Denisha is? Not you, but people don't remember who Denisha is. She's not a pushover. Just because you're a pretty girl don't mean you're a pushover, right? But some men think that. They think like the dumb blonde jokes. Remember those? Some men think that. If you're pretty, you can have brains. Whew. I agree he only wanted her for the bedroom release. Mm-hmm. He wants to keep her on the side to service him, but he doesn't like her. Yep. Amen to this. I still wonder if how Darren purchased that Bentley. Me too. Me too. How did Darren buy that Bentley? And he paid cash for it. Good morning. Gwen says, please like, share, and subscribe to NONYASISCHAT. I got to go to the pharmacy today, ladies and gents. Carolyn Brown Wayne was talking about little G's, God blessings to them. I wish he stopped. Why do y'all think Wayne believe in God? I mean, for real. Do you think so? New skit, Honeypot tells Denisha she's the one with the power. Really? Really? I mean, all this chaos, agent of chaos, and then the fact that he loves David and Bathsheba stories, where Uriah, the husband of Bathsheba, is unalived, kind of like somebody's marriage is unalived. Even Dave said a divorce is like a funeral, which I have said plenty of times because it is. So all of this, Denisha tells company business like Melissa. What'd she do, Carolyn? What'd she say? Let's see. New skit alert. So did anybody watch that skit? Because I'm not bringing him up today. I just can't. It's like I didn't want to not be here with you guys. I just didn't want to see Wayne today. I really just didn't. I got a comment last night. Oh, Carolyn said Wayne is talking about God's blessings to justify his messiness. I got a comment from this lady last night about the skits. Actually, I've been getting a few from a different perspective from people. One lady was talking about the racism that's being shown in the skits. The racism, the bigotry, the misogyny, all of the evil points that are in the skits that are being shown, right? And I don't know, those people were directed to me and they subscribed for whatever reasons, but they're voicing their complaints about the skits. And I've already said, why does he show all these different sins all the time? But is he glorifying the sins? I mean, I'm just asking you, what do you guys think? I mean, he's showing them, but is he glorifying them? I know he's glorifying the use of women and the double standard, right? He's glorifying that. But what's his end game? Like, what's he doing? What's Wayne doing? Honestly, Darren's using everybody's money to flip it for himself. But we don't know. Do we know if Darren got access to Anthony's money? Do we know? I don't remember any investment from Anthony. So I'm just asking, like, did I miss anything? You know, did you guys see anything that might say, Darren has access yet? Because they were at Wayne's house, but I didn't see any or hear anything about transactions. So I know he probably was going to use Mike's money, but Mike said no. The fact that Denisha will be working with Wayne Anthony is going to be in his feelings. Yep. Carla, yes, because they swap women, and I don't know. It's just it's a lot, but I try not to let it get to me. But is this how he really thinks things should be? Is that who he is? I'm just asking. I don't know. Yes, this Saturday, Miss B will be on in this time slot, which is 12 o'clock your time, and then 11 CST, and then Pacific will be 9, and she's going to be doing lives. So she's going to be hosting live chats. All right, so please support her. We know Miss B hardly ever goes live, but she's going to start. So I do refresh my mind about the story and rewatch the skit to understand the characters. And it's like, I want to understand, why does Wayne put all this stuff in here? It says 23 likes because it's actually time for us to go, right? Hi, Stephanie. Wayne is horrible. Stephanie Martin is in the house. Hi, Steph. How's it going? How's everything? Good. I hope I'd be looking for you at Wind Down. And I said, she must be busy. You must be busy. Yeah, Wayne is horrible. Is he horrible like in real life? I don't know. Let's see. I think Denisha will get a real DNA test on baby Kai after Anthony tells her about what he went through with Shayla and baby Kai. And not, you think, George, that's how it's going to get exposed? Now, George, I don't know. Am I rubbing off on you, or are you rubbing off on me over these years? Because I'm like, somebody's got to expose this baby. George, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. And then baby Kai will be replaced by teen Kai. George, that's a bar. I'm so glad you said that, because I'm always looking, how is Kai going to get exposed if they expose him? And this is good. This is good, George. Stephanie says, Wayne is horrible. Stephanie Martin, how's your band, girl? How's the band doing? Stephanie Martin has a band, you guys. And she's been with O'Neill TV for the longest. But I'm always happy to see Stephanie. And then Carolyn says, well, Denisha just let Tamara know her loyalty is to her son, and she's about the money. Anthony is the sugar daddy. Exactly. I told y'all. That girl did not come to play. She knows exactly what she's doing. She put herself on a budget as soon as she gave up the cookie. And Anthony is horrible. I don't want Anthony to be happy. Stephanie said, I don't even want him to be happy. They can whitewash all they want to, but I promised Dolly I wasn't going to bash him, so I'm not going to bash him. Nonya laughed when I commented about the double standards. There was no response. Where, from me or somewhere else? For real, Dolly? I know you don't mean me. You mean somewhere else, right, Dolly? I can see why, though. If you think about it, you'll figure out why. Not for me. Nonya, you can talk about AD. I just wanted to say, behave. No, Dolly, I don't want to talk about him if you don't want me to. I won't. Tamara thinks Denisha is loyal to her. Denisha don't have to be loyal to Tamara. And Tamara's sitting up there talking about, well, it's going to make me look bad. It's going to make Tamara look bad. You better get out of Denisha's pockets. Denisha not about to let you dictate nothing to her. So Tamara, you might want to have a seat and leave that lady alone. She said, I don't want to see Anthony happy. Yeah, he is horrible. I think he's probably one of the worst people, if not the worst, in Skitland. And I call it Skitland. You mean you didn't get any responses? None of you can talk about AD? No. I won't. Allegedly for Dave, until we hear directly from him about his relationships, including how he met Melissa and whether he dealt with her. I agree. I'm not buying anything until I hear from Dave. I really want some good brothers on this skit. Me too. We don't need all of them to be messy. Agree. And again, like I was getting comments last night, I must have hit a new patch of people or something, because like when I put that skit up about the racism, they jumped on that. And then they also jumped on the misogyny. So I don't know who these people are that joined my channel, but they are not feeling Wayne right now at all. Whoever these people are. I mean, they just sound like normal everyday people, and they are not liking what they're seeing. Because, I mean, think about it. Yeah, he did say, please behave. Yep. That was my favorite line for O'Neill. Alexis, Denisha is getting New York attitude from Tamara. I think Melissa takes medication for her behavior. If not married, she should be. Miss Nay, there you are. And guess what? LaToya and Chantel gonna get to throw this stuff about Denisha in Tamara's face, because neither of them liked Denisha. That's a good point. They didn't like Denisha. Especially, what's her name? Shayla disappeared when Wayne demoted her, Nonya. We haven't seen her. Did I do a short on that skit? I did do one where Wayne is telling her to stop talking and Sonny is there. I think I did one. I'll check and see, Betty. I thought I did, where he's telling her to be quiet, because I thought I went to the end of the skit when he told her she wouldn't have a seat. I'll look and see, Betty. Betty, demoting Shayla is funny, and I'm going to use your words, Betty. If I didn't already make it, because if I already made it, I have to tear it. I have to start all over from scratch. So that's why you wouldn't see it, because I don't want to start over from scratch. And today I'm chilling out. I'm getting ready to go to the pharmacy, get my medications. And Abby says, Marion, look at that messy writing. Tamara isn't like that for Wayne, to have her say stuff like that to Denisha. Told y'all they're going to make Amber react like that. So it's like Denisha is hated. Denisha ain't bothering. She's not bothering Am Bam. If I was Amber, I'd be like, taking Denisha. You can have him. Tell him to give me my divorce. Nancy, you're at work. Tell Denisha, tell Anthony to sign the papers. Because Denisha and Amber, they never fell out. I mean, they were cordial, at the party. Michelle, welcome in, Michelle Jackson. I know this is probably your first time here, so welcome in. We just kind of chill in this segment. Today, I just didn't feel like dealing with the skits. Like, literally, I just did not. So, Michelle says, Anthony never steps up when stepping out. Nope. He is dealing with a real bottom feeder with an attitude by any means necessary. Anthony just needs to make her ends meet, period. So we shall see what he does with Denisha, because she already told him what she wanted, and he said, okay. And then Nature says, yes, Nonya, because Anthony does not do well with rejection or losing, which is why he won't take his ring off, because he'll be conceding that his marriage is over. I hope Coco's words come back to bite him. Me too. Watch, he's a snake. And she's going to leave Anthony for Country Wayne, is what Nancy's thinking. And then Nonya, you called it, Denisha and Momo are versions of Delicia and Lauren. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense, Dolly. I mean, and then Roan and Momo are going to cross the line. I think so too. Roan is lusting over Momo. Yeah. Denisha giving Anthony his ring back was a power move. That's right, Michelle. As soon as she did it, I was like, ooh, look at Denisha. She already got her play going. Mm-hmm. As soon as she handed that ring back to him, I was like, that's the Denisha I know. Because that girl don't be playing. She's shrewd. So he's going to Snake. Snake who, Nance? And Michelle, did I finish your comment, Michelle? Let me see. Yeah, I finished it. No, he doesn't do well with rejection. And that's why he was standing there with the dumb look. When Ben told him that Amber was cheating, he's standing there outside of Ben's house and he's standing there with that look on his face because he had to process that Amber has a new man. He had to process it. And that's why it looked like he was in pain. That was a power move. Yes, it was. Amber and Dave are going to be all right. God got them. Amber is moving quickly. You know, she's moving quickly, but I tell you what, if I didn't have love and affection from my husband, I would have been out. I would have been gone. But we know Amber, she's going to try, right? So, and Amber and Dave didn't sleep together right away. If we think about the dinners, the lunch, the going up on the cliff, the ministries, the walks, the exercising, they had so many dates. And I don't think it's registering with a lot of people that they had a lot of dates together. A lot of them. If we think back at all the things that they were doing, they did a lot. I mean, for me, I'm going to say what, a month? I mean, I guess in this day and age, a month is nothing, but they did a lot of things. And I think people forget that. I don't mean you, but Anthony jumps in the bed with Denisha the first night and it's like, rah, rah, rah. Double standards at their best, everybody. Anthony needs to be rejected and denied. And he was by Shayla and Amber, but now he finally got some. And I was disappointed. But I did say Denisha has formed her plan in her head to go after this green mark. You guys know what a mark is? You know, mark? Yeah. But yeah, they are slowly changing Roan. Yeah, they are. Roan's so easygoing, but they are changing him. Wasn't that girl that took the money from the shoe store back and J. Diva threatened her? Who? I don't remember. I remember somebody taking the money, but I actually don't know who it was because I probably didn't watch it. So I don't even know who it was. Does anybody know who that girl was that took the money from the store, J. Diva's store? Abby says Roan would be good with Erica, but they need to move away from the studio. That studio is going to be very toxic. And be friends with Dave and Amber. She needs good friends, and her and Erica are friends, but they're so distant, in life. She needs good friends and positivity in her circle, not vision board sisters and Ben vision board sisters. I like that. Hi, Diamond. Welcome in, doll. How are you? Imagine if Denisha ends up with Wayne. We've been talking about that. Aunt would be sizzling mad. Let him know. I ain't giving Wayne nothing. But what if Anthony did walk in on Denisha and Wayne? What if Anthony walked in on that? What do y'all think about that? Diamond, I don't want to imagine it, but you have a very good point there. If Denisha ends up with Wayne, Aunt would be sizzling mad. Dolly, Delicia has a job and brand deals on the table. To me, Delicia's only an issue is dealing with the community man, Amon. Those other ladies play to get paid more than Delicia. And Carolyn, I have said that. And people want to still lump her in. She's not as bad as the other ones, right? I agree with Carolyn on this one about Delicia because she's not as bad as the other ones. And then Abigail's always telling Delicia, don't do it, don't do it. So she's good friends with, and then, but you got Carly over there talking about do it. So it's like Delicia, like, touches the water and she jumps back. She touches the water and jumps back. Mm-hmm. I agree, Carolyn. I also have started to think that Anthony doesn't trust any women and losing any respect. Pre-married Anthony wasn't doing all of this after he married. Things unfold, go left. Same for Amber. Amber told him that maybe this is his karma. She did. Wayne is going to help Amber with that divorce at the podcast. I'm hoping that, well, he also wants to know who Amber's dating. So let's not forget that one, Marion, because that's the day he told Amber, well, and told us he's going to be doing questions at the podcast, right? Because he wants to know who Amber's dating. And then, so he did say that, and Amber told him that maybe it's karma. Mm-hmm. So they're throwing all these ideas out here, and I wonder, I don't even want to watch them. And Stephanie, I have to, but I've been like avoiding the Anthony skits because they're whitewashing Anthony, and I'm not feeling it. I ain't whitewashing Anthony for nothing. Anthony and Shayla, they don't get a break from me. It's gotten ridiculous. Amber's audience is too mature and ethical to watch gold diggers. Trapstar, agree. Why are they showing us this foolishness? Mm-hmm. The storylines need to be split. Yes, they do. It's like we're too mature to be. And Wayne, is he just stuck in a time zone? You know how people get stuck in like Anthony is stuck in his college years? They do need to split the storyline. Did Amber see Anthony as a version of Wayne, but willing to marry her? She put them on pedestals. She was comparing the two during her courting and marriage. She had both of what she needed from them. I don't know. She said she wanted a white picket fence. Nonya, you can't make. Simply Miss Nay said, Nonya, you can't make sense out of nonsense because Anthony is also spending money. The lawyer told him to keep it status quo. And Wizard of Oz is accurate. Remember, Wizard was fake like Wayne. And that's why I call him the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Guys, simply, Miss Nay, you be listening to me. Because I be coming up with all kind of stuff. And I'm like, what's really going on here? Trying to make sense out of no sense. And Trapstar says, I have no interest in watching these birds sell their bodies. We're sick of this. It's like, is this who Wayne really is? Like, is it? I don't know. And we're sitting here watching it. You can tolerate the other skits more, you know, than this storyline because he's just. Nature says same can be said for Anthony. He wanted to keep both Amber and Shayla because they both serve him something. Amber's the business savvy woman who can be reliable, and Shayla is the intimate one that can have fun. And also the part about the having fun. I'm sorry, get clogged up. the part about the having fun. Amber related to Wayne in bed better because she fit with Wayne better in the bedroom than Anthony. Shayla is for Anthony in the bedroom. These couples were deliberately mismatched so that there would be storylines, is how I see it. The ill yoking of these couples was deliberate. I mean, it has to be. I mean, it's obvious, right? They're not equally yoked in any manner. And that if he had put them and made them equally yoked, there would be no storylines. Right? So yeah, exactly. Stephanie Martin, if you leave, want you to have a great day, sister. I'm just shouting this out there into the ozone. So Stephanie, if you hear me, have a good day. Because Stephanie pops in and out. So I don't get to see her a lot. That's why I wanted to say it, because I don't see her comment or anything. Mary says Anthony and Shayla and Angelina, all three of them need to get their karma. They do. So both Anthony and Ant and Amber need people who have those needs in each person to be one person. Exactly. So is that why you love this for Shayla? Me too. It's like, we're going to be 100 years old before Wayne resolves any of this. Come on. Give us another storyline. Because are they stuck? They don't know what to do? Yeah. Because when Amber married Anthony, I was disappointed, honestly. Because because they were not equally yoked. They're not at all. Nature, I don't think Anthony saw Anthony as a version of Wayne. Oh, Amber as a version of Wayne. Gwen says, please like, share, and subscribe. Please do. We're going to cut out of here pretty soon. Yes, not watching that mess. Always letting women compromise themselves. And you guys, I think I did figure out what the golden toilet was for. Have any of you guys watched One Journey's review on Anthony and Wayne? If you haven't, if you don't mind, can you guys subscribe to One Journey? Her page is awesome, number one. It really is. And so she had I've been trying to figure out what the golden toilet was for a long time, but now I know. But I don't want to put it out there in the ozone for everybody to know and go copy what I said. Yeah, I said that. Yes, I'll behave, Dolly. Okay, I'll behave. And I want to say it, but if you guys look at her review of Anthony and Wayne, then you might get the same thought that I have about the golden toilet seat. So if you get a chance, going over to One Journey, it's just, it's just type One Journey in the search and it'll come up and you'll see her in her gaming room. It's not the sports channel that comes up. One Journey's, you'll see a beautifully decorated like car or whatever, because she does drive cars. She drives cars, but over here she has Country Wayne stuff. So if you head in there and you just look at her review on Anthony and Wayne, then see if you figure out what the golden toilet seat is for. I have my idea of what it's for. Remember when Angelina gave that golden toilet seat to Anthony and we were like, what's that for? I think I know what it's for. Carla says Tamara is upset because Denisha is in Wayne's circle and Tamara is no longer a part of that circle anymore. And then Wayne is not going to give Amber any more karma because he told her that he wanted her to be happy. Miss Nay says, Trapstar, yes, he will. And did you notice Anthony's face? Yeah, I did, Miss Nay. His face was not a happy one. I saw it. Yep. And then Marion says, because she has that video vixen stripper look. that entices AD. That's right. That's right. And she didn't hide the fact that she worked at Rain. Okay, so only Nikki. So there wasn't another light skinned girl that resembled Melissa, Miss Nay? No. So whose car was Melissa borrowing? Was it Nisha's? Because I thought there was another little light skinned girl that like resembled Melissa, like she was short like Melissa, but she didn't. She did, it wasn't Nikki. I know Nikki, but whoever's car when Melissa had to borrow a car because JMO made her lose or make was chasing her and she lost her car to the police. Whose car was Melissa borrowing? That would be my question. Was it Denisha's car or was it some other girl I'm thinking I saw? Because that other girl she had lunch with Momo one time. Then she had lunch with Melissa and Momo when they went to go get some food. There was some other little light skinned girl with them. So who was that, Miss Nay? Who was that other little girl? And we only saw her like 3 times. Not little girl, but young lady. The other light skinned girl. It was another one. And she was about as tall as Melissa. And Melissa, I think, was borrowing that girl's car because I think Melissa said that was her cousin. Not Nikki, though. I know Nikki. Tamara and Wayne going to get back together. I think Wayne still likes Tamara, honestly. I'm present but working. I know that Donna. That's okay. No worries. I'm going to cut out and go to the pharmacy, you guys. I know it's late where you are. It's 11:16 here. And then let me see. Let me get through the rest of these. Dom says, not the guy we think. Wayne is a warlock. Yeah, he's a mischievous little something. Denisha's the biggest scammer. Denisha is about the game. So I actually wouldn't call her a scammer. Denisha is about the game. She's about that life. The scammers are like Lauren, kind of like Delicia, but Denisha is about the street life. That's the difference. She knows the streets. She's got street savvy, street sense. She knows like the hood. She knows how to get a man to give her what she wants because she was like a madam over the BBL crew. So the word scammer, when I hear it, I'm here in California, but when I hear scammer, I think Lauren, I think Carly Red, I think all of them. But for me, Denisha is more that woman pimpstress. And remember, she used to, kind of tell the Melissa and them, how to handle things. Because if you're out there doing certain things, you need to handle it this way. Don't do this, do this. And that's who Denisha is. So she's more like a madam, not a scammer. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anybody? There's a difference. A scammer is more like a con artist. And like Carly and Abigail, they're gold diggers, but Denisha is about that street life. There's a difference. They're all about money, yeah, but it's a difference in how they get it. If Darren or Ben takes his money, it's his own fault because he should have gotten access to hidden accounts and changed the access codes. Exactly, Gwen. And when he did that, I was like, you mean to tell me he's still going to let Ben have his access codes? He need to get burnt. Some people are new to Wayne's world and they never tapped in on Denisha. Okay, from the stories. Oh, from the start. Okay, it's good that you're sharing more about her. Oh, thank you, Nature. So yeah, that's who Denisha is. I said the same thing. Denisha is part of the Duck World. She was the leader when they came to Skitland. I call it Skitland. But she was the leader. That girl is shrewd and she don't care. She is about her business. And then Honeypot is stupid. You don't have power over someone's life because they work in your empty stand studio. Oh, shit. Oh, the thing fell on me. I'm sorry, you guys. The cord fell on my foot and it scared me. Yep. Let's see. I said the same thing. Denisha is part of the duck world. She about that street life. That girl ain't playing. She is not. She ain't there to play with Anthony. She's not there to rub his ego. And every time he wants her to say bye, Anthony, or just wait till Anthony tells her, call me Mr. Dalton. Let's see what Denisha does. For real, for real. Let's see how Denisha responds to that. Because she's a shot caller. Denisha ain't about laying down to no man. Nope. Anything has to happen for Anthony to sign the papers. Yeah, something has to happen, Marion. Please sign the papers. Do you guys think that, yeah, Bethany is definitely a racist and a bigot. Do you guys think that there's going to be a divorce? Are they going to just have another Angelina and Brody running around? Yeah, you mean Miss Bay, that construction guy? You mean the construction guy? I had people in my comments of all places talking about the racism. And then I had somebody mention Emmett Till, and I'm thinking, like, we don't know who's on the internet, but somewhere, somehow, these people found my channel and they subscribed and stuff. So, and they're very upset with Wayne about the skits, and they're like voicing their opinions and stuff. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, Wayne doesn't like marriage. That's right, Angela. New skit alert. Anthony tells Denisha, as long as she's with him, no one will have power over her. Honey, you ain't got power over her anyway. Anthony Dalton. You don't have no power over Denisha. We haven't been getting any. I don't know where they are, Nature. I don't know. Maybe they decided to do something else. But he can tell her that all he wants to. Denisha, watch. She's gonna do herself. That girl plays chess. Anthony plays checkers. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Because I'm trying to like tell what she's like, but she is a boss. Well, she was of her world. Of her world. She ain't about to let people tell her what to do. Um, and I actually do like the Denisha character. I don't love her, but I like her. She stands for what she stands for, and she's not about that BS. She's not about. She does what she does, and she owns what she does. And I'm big on own what you do. If you made that mess, it's your mess. Don't belong to nobody else. That's yours. Own it. And then, hey, how are you, Liddell? What's happening? Darren moved Anthony's money when he was hiding it. He may have. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So if Anthony goes to get some money, none's going to be in there. Mm. I don't know where I got this little evil giggle from either. It just kind of comes out. Danielle talk about Amber was being squirrely, like Amber owes her something. I know. I can't stand Benny and the Jets. And then Carolyn says Nancy is the same. Is that the same God that Anthony spoke to? Yeah. Yeah, Carolyn. Yeah, that he prayed to get his wife back. Denisha is not the only one teaching Anthony a lesson about women that know the game. Shayla is teaching him through Kai. Amber is teaching him through divorce. And then Denisha. And yes, and that's what I'm saying, Miss Nay, because I said it was Amber, it was Shayla. Now there's Denicia. I didn't say Kai, but yes, Shayla or Kai through Shayla. Yep. So it's like he's going to get these soft pitches of karma, like they're doing to Shayla, threatening her about losing her seat on the podcast. And even if you're a Shayla fan, you can come in here. I'm Team Amber, but if you're a Shayla fan, I don't care if you come in. I just want respectful people. That's all. Our Team Anthony, I guess you could stay as long as people are respectful. That's what I care about. Michelle Thompson says, yes, Nonya. Ben told Anthony that Darren was the one hiding his money. Oh, okay. So Darren does have Anthony's money. Okay. Because I thought Ben said only Anthony and Ben were the ones that had Anthony's access codes when they were back there on the balcony, or what is that, patio. So Darren already has it to hide it. Okay. Remember back when they were having dinner with the other couples? What, Liddell? Remember Darren moved Anthony's money when he was hiding it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, got you. Okay, got it. Thanks, Michelle, too. Thanks, Adele. Baby girl, what's up, girl? Yeah, it's time to get out of here. Y'all don't have nothing to do. What y'all doing? Y'all don't want to go over to the I better behave. Should I behave, nature? Angela Atkinson, should I behave, you guys? I will. I'll behave. Anthony already said if you don't want to do the podcast, you don't have to. I got you. Yeah, he just want to control her. Let her leave that girl alone. She don't need you. If he do bring her, I hope Amber come home and catch her in there. But yeah, she would go. I don't think Denisha is afraid. And exactly, Wayne has colorism and favoritism. Exactly, Dom. And it's sickening. It's sickening. Mm-hmm. Angela Atkinson, I will not watch AD and Denisha skits. I didn't watch AD and Shayla skits last night. Late night. Marion, Anthony is trying to sway her from being around Amber and Shayla. Yep, he sure is. I'll pay you, honey. I'll give you more money in your budget. Just I don't want you around my exes, my ex-wife and my baby mama. Yeah, they're forcing it. Anthony's glad to be in control. He ain't in control, Marion. He think he in control. Not from you, Nonya. I see why too. What do you mean, Dolly? What did I say? What happened? What I do? I did something mischievous again. Probably knowing me. I like chatting with you guys. I laugh. I actually do laugh. I laugh with you guys and I laugh with my husband. So I thank you too for that. Anthony is good at playing this type of role. He plays similar roles in other series. I'd rather have seen him in a more powerful role than a player husband. Yeah. And his wife, she ain't having it. Yeah, you guys do know that, Marion probably knows, you do know that his wife wanted him away from Shayla, right? Did you guys know that? Did you know that? His wife in real life wanted that part of the story to be over. Mm-hmm. She was on an interview. But she didn't say it like that, of course. But yeah, she ain't feeling that. She wasn't feeling it. I can't stomach Anthony and that girl. She can't really look at Saint Anthony, how that's supposed to work. Mm-hmm. Denisha will be brought into the discussion on the podcast. Yes, you did a short on Shayla and Wayne. I thought so, Gwen. Thank you. Because I couldn't remember. You know what? I knew that Danielle and Melissa, I have forgotten I did a skit on that piece we were talking about when them on the patio arguing. And then I was scrolling through trying to think of what can I delete. And lo and behold, it was there. And I should have known I had it. You know, I should have remembered, but I do a lot of them. But I'm starting to take them out because I don't want to have too much of their stuff in my, in my, whatever we call them, on my channel. Marion, I hope that while we're not seeing too much of Amber and Dave, there's a big plan for them to make a grand debut. Whew, that would explode Anthony and Wayne spaces. I hope so. Diamond, I hope so. And Diamond, I saw you chatting it up with Mr. S.O. Starts. Did you see my comments in there? I put comments in your conversation. But I mean they weren't bad comments. I try to keep the nonsense down, you know. I mean for me, because I don't want to get all hyped up. Dolly says because it's being said Dave and Melissa was I don't want to even hear that. Dolly, I can't I don't want to hear that stuff from them other people. Mm-mm. I mean I'm glad you're telling me, but I'm not surprised at anything they say. I mean, they so out to lunch. That yeah. Oh, thank you, Diamond. Thanks, Nature. They are so out to lunch on these other with making up Stave about Dave. They don't know anything about Dave. People just like to make up stuff. Baby girl, I didn't watch any of the skits. I watched two this morning, like just kind of, sort of. And I did do a skit on the Benny and Jets sisters. I call them Benny and the Jets. I did their skit, but I didn't do the fight part. I just did the part where she's sitting there talking about she's got to tell Amber something. If you don't take your entitled behind somewhere and go sit down, really? Are you that entitled where you think you can tell this grown woman what she can do? Danielle, go take care of your husband. Because when Abigail comes for his money, you are going to go back to work. She needs to go have a seat. Who she thinks she's talking to? The entitlement is real. And that's one of the things I was talking about as far as Wayne showing the bigotry, showing the racism. Does he not think people know that it exists? Or is it just something that he can write about? Is that it? I mean, what's the point of that kind of stuff? The bait, the rage baiting. What's the rage baiting for? What's it for? We know Bethany is a bigot, racist. We know that. But why all these other little pieces? What's that about? I don't believe Amber is going to take knowing about Anthony and Denisha that easy. I don't think she's going to take it easy, Miss Nay. I mean, nobody wants to see their ex with somebody else. I don't think. You're right. I mean, and they're not even separated. I mean, they're not even divorced yet. Like when I used to see my ex-husband, who I was married to 25 years ago, it's just an odd feeling, and they're still married. So yeah, she's not going to take it easy. But it's kind of an awkward feeling to see him. Not that I like him. It's just odd, you know. And my husband don't want to see him either. But yeah, I get it. But this is fresh. They're still married. So yeah, just like with Shayla's roses, when Shayla decided, oh, that's one secret I'm going to go tell Amber about. Anthony sent me roses. And people were like, oh, Amber's so upset about the roses. She still loves him. How about it's a matter of respect? Maybe that's it. Maybe she wants to know why you tell me that, because she did say it to Shayla. She went home and went off on Anthony. I would have went off on Anthony too, whether I was with him or not. We live in the same house. So you're going to send your baby mama roses so she can come up in my face? I would have let Anthony have it too, because that was so disrespectful. Wayne is going to snake Anthony for Denisha. He might. I don't blame Amber. It's going to take knowing Anthony and Denisha that easy. I agree. I hope she and Shayla and Angelina triple team Anthony, and Danielle going to feel like crap when she knows Anthony is cheating. Yep. Miss Day, you landed a plane there, girl. She's going to feel so dumb. When Wayne and Tamara, like, when they yell at each other, they do. They like the back and forth. I do understand Tamara's point. She took a chance on Denisha. She did, Carolyn. Denisha asked Tamara for a job. As soon as Tamara got extra money from Wayne, she blessed Denisha with a raise. She did do that. But again, Denisha is Denisha is loyal to Denisha. She is. I mean, in Carolyn, right or wrong, that's how that girl rolls. She ain't about to be loyal to Tamara, to Shayla, to Amber. She might be loyal to Anthony for a little while. For a little while. She might even move in the mansion if Amber move out. But somehow that lady is going to hurt Anthony. I think so. Mm-hmm. Ron will fall out again with Rodney if he crosses the line. Please don't cross the line with Mobo. Send her back where she came from. Antoinette says, I believe Denisha is going to go after Wayne because he's got more money than Anthony. Yeah, that's what people are saying. Don't know what they were talking about. All the workouts. Well, I know. I mean, I watched it. Why don't you know? I'm not understanding. I did a series of skits on the workouts. What I took from the workouts, other than him liking her, was that, you know how Amber used to not have borders or boundaries? There were different pieces in there where he was actually educating her. But if you weren't like really, if you were just looking at the body movements, people would not have picked up on this. And I did maybe 4 shorts on the exercise because I know one was about boundaries when she bumped into him, and then she bumped into him again. She turned around and looked at him like, you got to move, basically. The other was about her self-esteem when he was talking to her in the kitchen. So Marion, if you look at those exercises, I think you'll see what they were doing. I mean, yeah, he liked her, but people want to make it like, oh, they were just, trying to be nasty. No, if you look at them and just listen, not that you didn't, but there is a message in there. And I think I don't think people saw that. I saw it. It was kind of obvious because we know, I'm sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Um, we know Amber has low self-esteem. And remember, he was talking about all the other women, but Amber had his attention and how beautiful and just building her up. So if you look at the exercises, the exercise skits with Dave and Amber, you will see that it was more than just trying to be together. It's there, and it's there for us to see it if people want to see it. It's there. So all that, oh, they were just, doing this and that. If you look, and I even told O'Neill, if you look at it, you will see the lessons that are in those skits. And your mind wouldn't be in his mind, when O'Neill. Your mind won't be in the gutter. That's what I told O'Neill. So, but he ain't gonna listen to nothing I say that makes sense. Hey, Dave. But there were lessons in there. If you look at it, you'll see them. And then even when Dave gave her the cinnamon roll for her birthday, he could have the night in Charlotte. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. People just want to throw this nonsense out there. It's like, did you guys not see them go on these different dates? I forgot about the cinnamon roll. Yeah. Then when he took her up on the peak and told her to just yell and release it. I did that one time. It was kind of scary though. But I did that one time up on the cliff in San Francisco at this park. It was kind of cool, but it was kind of scary. But yes, nature. That's what I'm saying. They don't remember all of that. They don't remember it because they don't want to remember. Or they didn't look. You know how people like to put in, I just ran to the comments. Yeah, we can tell. And then they come back with these ridiculous comments. Diamond says, Antoinette, I agree. I believe Denisha put herself in Wayne's world by working for Tamara, just in case a bigger bag opportunity popped up through Wayne. She's playing chess for a long game. Okay. How about 10 more minutes and then I gotta go. Let's see. I need Ron to go check on Piari. Ron and Piari do look cute as a couple. I don't know about him being a date. Yeah, I don't like him at the studio. But I'm not a PRA fan at all. I don't like how snakish she is. I don't like that girl. I don't like her one bit. She's the kind of person that would not be anywhere near my house. You're not coming around my husband. She would have been away from my husband a long time. Oops. Okay. Baby, let's see, Miss Momo took the money trying to set. Oh yeah, is that the what you're talking about? Momo took it when Momo took it? Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I thought it was like a new girl, a newer skit. Yeah, that was Momo. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Carolyn. Thanks. And then Mary says, Danielle told Melissa, I have told all the family business. Baby girl says Amber don't need to be on no podcast. Let Amber start her things and make with them. Make Just go with Dave and leave them people alone. That's what I say. Let them start another storyline. Just leave the Anthony and Shayla nonsense. Just leave it, Amber. Wayne, let Amber just leave that and forget the secrets. We don't. Let Amber go. Gosh, it's old, man. It's tiring. Mr. Big's wife, what happened? Knows Lauren was the woman he was seeing. She does. Because I meant to look at that skit and I forgot Nancy. Yeah, Aunt would be upset because twice the women of interest have been with Wayne. It would hurt. Would it hurt worse than his baby mama being with Wayne? And I had said way back when I first got on O'Neill, he asked me who did I think Wayne would end up with, and I said Shayla. I don't know. I mean, of course I don't know, but I did say Shayla, that he might end up with Shayla. He deserves Shayla. Like he said, they're both savages. So let the two savages devour each other. How about that, Wayne? Didn't Wayne say August for the podcast? I don't know, Marion. Wayne is going to be with Lauren, I think, in the coming months. Dolly said, I agree. Denisha is like Delicia, who will work, and Shayla's like Lauren. Well, no, Shayla's the only one that lays on her back, though, Dolly. Shayla only works on her back. And we don't see Lauren in the bed. All we do is see Lauren talking. Talk. Let's see, already they're arguing about Wayne, yeah. Because he wants her to go try to scam Wayne or give the message to Wayne. Lauren does not know who she wants. She wants Mr. Big. She wants Wayne. Well, Wayne and her, they've already established that she's a ride or die. So she already knows where she stands with Wayne. She knows, ride or die is there. Like Rose said, she was a ride or die. And she said she should have learned not to be. And that's when she went to see Amber, when Anthony hired her to go see Amber. And she also told Delicia, don't be anybody's ride or die. Because a ride or die means you'll put up with anything, basically. That's what it means. And Ro did tell Delicia, although Amber and Anthony look good together, I don't think they have good chemistry, especially in the intimacy. I just never saw them as equally yoked or anything. They didn't do it for me. Anthony and Amber didn't do it for me. Amber found that in Dave, he likes to have fun, and they are equally yoked. Yes, Marion. And I didn't even think she was equally yoked with Wayne other than in the bedroom. Because Amber wants to be. I do, Marion. I think Dave and Amber are equally yoked, yeah. Do you think, Michelle says, do you think when Anthony was younger, he had an affair with a maid? I think so. Or he might have been molested by a maid. I think there's something in that about a maid. Yes, Michelle, I do. I do. Hey, Nonya. Have a good day, Nonya. Start working. Have a blessed day. And I am going to cut out because I need to go. Oh, my daughter's power went out. She's working. They work from home, and the power went out. But thank you everybody for coming. I'm just going through these. Yeah. And when Wayne put these stories together, hi Cherie, how are you? Hi Cherie. Um, Riri's cousin. Oh, you mean Riri? Is that who that was? Okay. All right. Thanks, Cherie. Welcome in. Thanks for popping in, girl. Appreciate you. Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to the pharmacy. I want them to freeze Anthony's accounts. Me too. I do too. Momo's the cousin. Yeah. I'm trying to catch up. Hey, Magnolia girl, what's happening? Loki's setting it up so Amber can be free by forcing Antonia to sign the papers. I hope so. I really made outfit. I really don't want to see them make an Angelina and another Brody. Let's not do that and leave them two people married and off they go having affairs with other people. Nobody wants to see that nonsense. Wayne, we don't roll like that. Don't do it. Come on. You think they're going to have it? Okay. Milkmaid outfit. I think they're testing the stories. That's what I say to nature. To see. Yep. There's a theory of baby stepping for the viewers to get used to seeing both Amber and Anthony with other people because they're going to have to destroy the flagship, which was the AAS storyline. They already basically got Shayla out of it by putting Amon in the skits. Even though I still want to see Delicia marry Amon for one day. I don't care if it's for one day, if it's for 1 hour. I want Shayla to feel the pain. You don't go messing around with other people's husbands and wives. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then it says, nature says that they will not be thrown all of this at once because it could implode. I agree. It feels like a test phase. Maybe they are listening. We've been demanding a new. I even did a skit. I mean, a short for a new storyline. I did, and I put it out there too. I didn't pull it out. It's still up there. I was like, does this mean new storyline? I sure did. I'm bold, huh? I sure did put it up there. Come on, Am Bam. I got your songs on my shorts. So I need you to come over here and look at my channel. Come see what I put up here for you. I like that Denisha's independent and will work. Yeah, she will. And Trapstar, I'd rather see Amber and Dave. Me too. And as far as these people talking about Amber and Dave, I ignore it because they don't know nothing about that man. They just run their mouths. Amber should be around Ernestine and Erica with another friend added to their circle. Circle of working women. And I think Ernestine is going to drop Trey because she just found out. And I do like Ernestine and Trinity. I want to see Ernestine and Trinity go to the party. Miss, thank you. Miss Liddell, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I do know your name, by the way. I think you know I do, right? I know your name. I know you know I know your name. All right, ladies and gents, I gotta go. I hate to leave you. And Saturdays, Miss B will be here doing lives. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gwen Eves. Miss B will be here on Saturday mornings where I do the tea at 9, 11, and 12, you know, for this area. She's going to be doing lives now. Okay. So, and Miss B never does lives. So please support her if you guys have a chance to pop in on Saturdays. Everybody have a good day. Let's see. Nonya was talking about the comment. I'm sorry. What did I do? Dolly says I was talking about the comment about the double standards. Oh, wasn't in here. I understand the response I got or didn't get. Yeah. You didn't get one, right? No, I know you weren't in here. I got it, Dolly. Dolly, I'm good at reading between the lines. I know what you meant. I know. I know. Okay, see you guys at Wind Down. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you, Nancy, Liddell. Whew. Trap Star. I can't see anybody now. Trap Star. Everybody. Everybody. Magnolia, Nancy, Liddell, Baby Girl, Angela Atkinson, Gwen, of course. I gotta go. I love you guys. Great show. Thank you. Should I post this? Gwen, Magnolia, should I post this? Type in the chat. Let me know what you think. Or was I too cuckoo today? Let me know what you guys think. Can you post it at the bottom? Bye, everybody. 40 likes. All right. Good job. Shayla got vegan cook. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to end the stream. Bye, Juanita. Bye, Miss Faye. Bye, Dolly. See you guys later.